Connecticut has no lake monster to call its own. No legendary UFO or Bigfoot sightings have been reported in the state either. But we do have a cryptid. Or, we did. Some describe this Connecticut creature as a bear-panther-lion hybrid. Others claimed it looked like a dog in the front and a cat in the back, or vice versa. Legend has it, the thing operated only at night, killing small animals and howling in the darkness. The predator was dubbed the Gloacus. And while its reign of terror was brief, it proved to be quite memorable. Welcome to Wicked Connecticut. Our story takes place in the central Connecticut community of Glastonbury, where, in January of 1939, animals, both domesticated and wild, began turning up dead, some of them ripped open. This was very big news in Glastonbury, a large and area not in population farm town. Groups of local men went hunting for the phantom killer, but came up empty. The only sign of the predator? Large paw prints pushed into the snow. Residents were growing increasingly concerned. Then, the sightings began. While descriptions of Glastonbury's mysterious marauder vary, many witnesses claim the thing was all black, and about 4 feet in length and some 2 feet high, with a long tail. One guy said the quadruped had red, glowing eyes. Another claimed it sported a unicorn-like horn. Egg unicorn horn? If the physical descriptions of the creature weren't odd enough, many locals came to believe the prowler also had supernatural attributes. It's blind, some surmised, and relied on its sense of smell as well as sound waves to track its prey. Others in town were convinced that looking into the beast's eyes would wipe one's memory clean. There was good ice that winter, and when the children of Glastonbury went out to skate in the moonlight, they were warned to keep their eyes peeled. A beast could be lurking in the shadows. As more animals were found dead in and around the woods of Glastonbury, legitimate Connecticut newspapers began reporting on the strange phenomenon, and the culprit was given a name, the Gloacus. A clever journalist came up with the moniker, a combination of Glastonbury and wacky, with a Latin us ending to make it sound scientific. Now with a proper name, Gloacus mania truly took hold. The Glastonbury ghoul inspired a community dance, the Gloacus Ball, and even prompted some tongue-in-cheek advertising campaigns from local merchants. And when national news outlets got wind of the Gloacus story, sleepy old Glastonbury gained a lot of visitors, many of them armed and looking for a trophy, but the Gloacus would not be taken down. Or was it? In the summer of 1939, some 7 months after the first sighting of the Gloacus was reported, hunters shot and killed a large wild dog in the woods of Glastonbury. Interestingly, after that, purported encounters with the creature began to dwindle, and by the time the new year in 1940 rolled around, the Gloacus was no longer a major topic of conversation in Glastonbury. Maybe the Gloacus was, in fact, just a large wild dog, or a bobcat, a lynx, or a fisher cat, as some have surmised. Another theory pegs it as a mountain lion that escaped from a Vermont zoo during the hurricane of 1938. Whatever it was, all these decades later, the Gloacus remains a staple of Connecticut lore, our very own cryptid. It was definitely a fun time, recalled one woman who lived in Glastonbury during the Gloacus craze. People saw the Gloacus here and there, but no two people saw him at the same time, so they couldn't compare notes about him. I'll leave you with this ode to the Gloacus that a local newspaper ran in 1939. The Glastonbury lion or wildcat, where is he? Perhaps it's some poor tabby now hiding in a tree, but if the great safari its big game could not stalk through wood and open landscape. It had a lovely walk. Was the mighty Gloacus just a misidentified animal already on the books? Perhaps. But in the summer of '39, not long after that wild dog was gunned down in the woods of Glastonbury, farmers in the nearby community of Middletown claimed to have seen a, quote, strange beast passing through one night, presumably headed south. And decades later, in 1966, several people in the town of Essex, Connecticut, believe they spotted the Gloacus as well. These days, there's a guaranteed way to get up close to a Gloacus by attending a home game for the Hartford Athletic, a professional men's soccer team in Connecticut. In 2023, the club unveiled its new mascot, Dylan, a big green and blue fluffy Gloacus. I would like to give a shout out to the many journalists whose work I poured over in order to piece together this narrative. Much obliged. Thanks for listening to Wicked Connecticut. Feel free to email me. The address is in the show notes. Until next time, I'm your host, John Haynes.